Hello everyone, welcome back to Arun Commerce and Management Academy. In this video, I will be explaining how to write business law exam. So please watch the video without skipping. If you want to score good marks, watch the video till the end. So many students are asking tips how to pass BLA. Already I have uploaded important questions and model paper. But due to my students' request, again I am uploading this video. That is how to pass BLA. So first of all, don't be stressed too much. First, understand the topics, get thorough knowledge on all the topics so that you can answer all the questions easily. If the question comes from any corner of the syllabus, this video is useful for all the universities in Telangana. Paper presentation is must for scoring O grade. So present your paper properly, write the question numbers correctly, highlight the headings, no striking should be done. For short, write one page, one side, and for essay, minimum 3 to maximum 4 pages you need to write. This B law contains 5 units. Unit 1, Indian Contract Act. Unit 2, Sale of Goods Act and Consumer Protection Act. Unit 3, Intellectual Property Rights. Unit 4, Management of Companies and Meetings. Unit 5, Winding Up. Subject contains vast syllabus and the topics are more, so please have the proper strategy for the preparation. From Unit 1, that is Indian Contract Act, you need to prepare the topics like essentials of valid contract and types of contracts. So first explain the meaning of contract. So what is the meaning of contract? As per section 2 subsection H Indian Contract Act 1872, an agreement which is enforceable by law is a contract, right? So you need to explain the meaning of contract and explain all the essentials one by one. Means what? Here 10 essentials will be there and the section is section 10 for essentials of valid contract, and for contract section it is section 2 subsection H, right? And then sometimes you will be getting the question like explain the different types of contracts. It may come in short also. So among the types of contracts you may get any one question in part A, or sometimes it may come in long also, like explain different types of contracts, means you need to explain all the types of contracts. Then sometimes we may get some questions like this also, like all contracts are agreements but all agreements are not contracts, discuss the statement. For this question also you need to write the elements of the contract, like there are two elements of the contract, that is first one is agreement, then enforceability, right? So end of the day you need to conclude that all contracts are agreements but all agreements are not contracts, right? Only commercial agreements we can enforce but not the social agreements. Then you need to go through the topics like essentials of valid consideration, or sometimes you may get the question like no consideration, no contract and its exceptions. So here some exceptions are there. I think there are 5 exceptions are there for no consideration, no contract. So you need to explain all the exemptions for the consideration. So last time they have asked the question from essentials of valid contract. So this time I am expecting essentials of valid consideration or some questions related to consideration. So when it comes to questions from consideration, there are 2 important questions like no consideration, no contract and its exceptions, then essentials of valid consideration. So please go through the topics related to essentials of valid consideration and no consideration, no contract and its exceptions. So these are very important questions from unit 1. And for choice, one more important thing, in choice we will be getting some questions like modes of discharge of contract, means what? Here you need to explain various modes of discharge of contract in detail. So these questions will be coming in choice only. So first whatever I explained till now, these questions may come right in the question number 9A. So now remaining questions will come in question number 9B. So you need to prepare these questions in choice, right? Like discharge of contract and various modes of discharge of contract, and what do you mean by breach of contract? Breach means what? Breaking the contract. And what are the different types of breach of contract, and what are the various remedies available for breach of contract, right? So there are some remedies available for breach of contract. I think nearly 5 remedies are there. So you need to explain all those remedies like quantum merit, injection, like etc. So you need to explain all the remedies available for the breach of contract. So these will be coming in choice, and sometimes you may be getting some question like objectives and provisions of Information Act 2000 also. So these are the questions coming in choice only. So have a proper strategy coming to first unit. So prepare all the essentials related to valid contract, sometimes offer and acceptance also. And one more important thing, prepare the topics related to consideration like essentials of valid consideration or no consideration, no contract, exceptions. So this is the strategy for your unit 1, right? One more thing, please go through the case laws related to all the topics like essentials of valid contract. There are some case laws in your material or in your textbook, right? So go through all the case laws. First understand the meaning of that topic. For example, contract. What's the meaning of contract? Have a thorough knowledge and go through the case laws related to all the topics of contract or agreement or offer or consideration. Like that, in from unit 1, go through all the case laws, right? Now coming to unit 2, that is Sale of Goods Act and Consumer Protection Act. So here internal choice will be there, no need to worry. So have a proper strategy for unit 2 also. So one question may come from Sale of Goods Act 1930 and the other question may come in choice from Consumer Protection Act 1986. Right, so prepare these two topics. So some are the important topics I will be explaining now, like have a knowledge on what's the meaning of sale of contract. So what's the meaning of sale of contract of sale, right? And what are the essentials of valid sale, when we can say it is a valid sale. So go through all the important topics. And one more important thing is here two or three questions are there. So like difference between sale and agreement to sell, and implied conditions in contract of sale, and what do you mean by unpaid seller, explain the rights of unpaid seller. So these are the 4 important topics I am giving for my students. So prepare all these 4 topics like essentials of valid sale, and difference between sale and agreement to sell, and implied conditions in contract of sale, and what do you mean by unpaid seller, explain the rights of unpaid seller. So here as a unpaid seller he is having some rights. So go through all the important 4 topics, right? Here in choice you will be getting the questions from Consumer Protection Act 1986, right? It is a question number 10B. So 10A will be from Sale of Goods Act 1930, and in choice you will be getting the question from Consumer Protection Act 1986. The question number will be 10B, right? So here it is very easy, you can write easily. So if you are having good thorough writing skills, so you can write orally also this topic. So go through all the topics related to consumer. So what's the meaning of consumer? Is nothing but is the end user, right? Is not for resale. And go through the rights of the consumer also, and you can go through the composition and jurisdiction of consumer forums, right? There are 3 forums, right? So district forum, state forum, and national forum. So go through all these 3 things: district forum, state forum, and national forum. So compulsory, it is very important question. So focus much on these topics. So in choice you will be getting these questions. And one more thing, sometimes if you won't get this consumer forums, you will be getting the question from consumer councils also. So there are 3 councils, right? Central council, state council, and district council. So please go through all the topics thoroughly. So in choice you will be getting the question from Consumer Protection Act 1986 and one more question from Sale of Goods Act 1930. So this is the strategy for your unit 2. Coming to unit 3, that is intellectual property rights. So get thorough knowledge on intellectual property right. First understand what is the meaning of intellectual property. So how many types are there? Some intellectual properties are there like trademarks, copyrights, patents, and trade secrets. So go through all these things and get thorough knowledge. So we may expect any one question either from trademarks, copyrights, patents, and trade secrets. So these are the things you need to go through thoroughly, get thorough knowledge. Right? First of all, understand the meaning, okay? Then you can write easily. Then one more important thing, in choice compulsory will be getting one question from copyright. From copyright, whatever the questions are there in your material or in textbook, so go through all the questions, right? For example, what is copyright? Explain the activities which are not copyright infringements under the Copyright Act, or you can go through the rights of copyright owner. So these are very very important topics, ma. So please go through all the topics related to copyright. So compulsory we can expect one question from copyright. So please go through all the questions related to the copyrights. So sometimes surprisingly we may get some questions from trade secrets also. So go through the topic trade secret, and this is a strategy for our unit 3. Coming to unit 4, that is management of companies and meetings. So here my advice for you is, so go through all the topics related to director. Means first go through the definition of director. Who is a director? Director means who? The person who is appointed to the board is called as director, right? And you can go through all the details, like what are his qualifications and disqualifications, right? How we can appoint the director and how we can remove the director, and what are the duties and liabilities of director, right? All those things, whatever the topics are there in your material or in your textbook related to director, you can go through all the topics. So compulsory we may expect one question from the director topic. And you can focus on corporate governance also. So this is the strategy for unit 4. And in choice you will be getting one question from meetings. Meetings means what? For example, explain the various meetings conducted by the company. What are the requisites of a valid meeting? So what are the major requirements to call it as a valid meeting? So all those things we can go through, right? One question may come in choice related to meeting. So please go through all the topics which are related to meeting, like company resolution and types of resolutions, and what is board meeting, and what do you mean by minutes of meeting, and what is agenda, like that. One question may come from the topic from meeting. So these are the topics which are related to meetings only. So compulsory we may expect one question from these topics in choice. So one question will be coming from the director. So please focus much on the topic director, either it is a qualification, disqualification, appointment, removal, or duties or liabilities of director, right? In choice we will be getting the topics from corporate governance or corporate social responsibility, or the questions from the meetings only. So here in unit 4, if you are having good writing skills, we can easily we can score good marks in unit 4. Orally also you can present unit 4, right? Coming to unit 5, that is winding up. So here the advantage of this unit is the questions are very limited. Only 4 or 5 questions are there. So you can write easily this chapter. So first go through or learn what is the meaning of winding up, right? Define winding up, and what are the various modes of winding up. It is very very important question. So please focus much on this question, and we can focus other questions also, like what are the various circumstances under which a company can wind up on compulsory grounds, and we can focus some topics related to liquidator. So these are the very very important topics. Please focus on liquidator, company liquidator, or various modes of winding up of the company, right? So these are the very very important topics. And in choice, and we can focus on various consequences of winding up of the company. And in choice you may get some questions from IBC 2016 also, right? So unit 5 you can clear easily. Why? Because topics are very less in unit 5. So you can go through all these topics whatever I explained now. So this is the strategy for unit 5. One more important thing I am saying, if you know the sections correctly, we need to write the sections. Please don't write the wrong sections or wrong years. It is my important tip as a experienced faculty I am saying. Please don't write the wrong sections. So please remember the sections. For example, if you are writing unit 1, the year is 1872. 1872 Indian Contract Act. So whatever the sections are there, we can write the year 1872, right? For example, from unit 2, Sale of Goods Act is 1930. So please remember Sale of Goods Act 1930, and Consumer Protection Act is 1986. And we can go like that, we can remember all the years also. So here also from unit 3 also there are the topics like, for example, intellectual property rights. So you need to remember trademarks, copyrights, patents and trade secrets. So when it comes to copyrights, it is 1957. And management of the companies and meetings. So you need to follow the Companies Act 2013. New Companies Act is 2013 and Old Companies Act is 1956. And you need to follow two important documents, right? One is Memorandum of Association and one is Articles of Association. And from unit 5 also winding up. So you need to focus much on Companies Act 2013, right? So please remember all these years and sections also. And one more important thing, whatever question you know, for example in essay, first write that question only, right? So here my advice for you, first go with the unit 2. Why? Because you can write easily the Sale of Goods Act, and in choice we can write Consumer Protection Act also. So first start your paper with unit 2, right? And like that we can start unit 5. Why? Because topics are very less here. Then come to unit 4, then unit 3, and last you need to write unit 1. Okay? Why? Because syllabus is vast from unit 1. Or else if you know very well, then we can start as you wish, right? So have a thorough strategy on presentation also. It is not a theory paper, it is a law paper, right? So first have hope or believe on yourself only, right? So think positively, so always be positive, right? These are some few tips for my students, right? I am very thankful to my students as well as subscribers. If you want to support me, refer our channel to your friends and subscribe it. It will boost me to make more videos. This is all about today's video. Do like, share and subscribe to our channel. All the best for your exam. Thank you.